Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Thursdate with Erica. I am so excited for you guys to be joining us today. It's a beautiful week here in Calgary. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, which means fall is coming. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I don't know if I like the sweaters and stuff, but the colors of the trees, the leaves are already changing, and that's beautiful. And I always love that. And today we have a treat. We are being joined by Angela, who is coming to us live all the way from the other side of the world in Kenya. So I'm going to bring her on. Hi, Angie. How are you doing?
Hey Erica, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. So, how are things in Kenya?
Oh, Kenya's fantastic. So it's 9 p.m. my time at the moment,
Mhm.
and it's it's cool. So this is why I'm like all layered up, trying to keep warm.
That's awesome. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I know it is late over there. It's noon here in Calgary and 9 p.m. in Kenya. So thank you. We appreciate you joining us today.
Oh, no problem. Lovely to be here.
Thank you. Now, I wanted to ask if you can just give a little bit of overview of who Angie is.
Sure. So I am a business consultant. I'm an economist by profession,
Mm.
and I moved to Kenya in 2 years ago with my husband. So my husband got a job here and we relocated and moved to Kenya. So I've just added extra lighting to to this. So if you're seeing shadows behind me, just know that it is extra lighting. Yeah. So we moved to Kenya last year. No, 2.5 years ago, and
Mhm.
I was pregnant at that time. And prior to moving to Kenya, I've been working as a consultant, business consultant. So after giving birth, I decided, hey, let me revive my business. And my timing was impeccable because 3 months later, the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And no company at that point was willing to hire a business consultant. So I kind of sat back and I thought, what am I going to do? Because I still want to be financially independent, be able to utilize my brain because I had been sitting on it for like 2 years since moving into Kenya. So I started looking around for for something that I could do. But I knew that it had to be online because, like with all the lockdowns, I didn't have an option. It was really just thrown at me that it had to be online. So I started looking for things to do online. And a chance encounter on social media actually led me to my mentor who told me about this business. And I gave it a try.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think so many people nowadays, right, like had to rethink of how um I love how you put it, like use your brain.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
yes, I understand that. Like as a mom, you kind of just do the baby talk and you're
Oh
like, my
gosh.
brain is turning to mush.
I I'm telling you, it was the longest that it actually had been without some employment.
Yeah,
So having people that you could talk to, talk business things with, I didn't
exactly.
have that, like for that year and a half. And I was at a point where I was like, if I continue having this baby talks, I'm just gonna go mad.
I totally understand. Totally understand. Yeah. And I love that you recognize that it has to be something online,
Oh yeah.
especially right at that time things were shutting down. Like here in Calgary, we just got an alert yesterday that emergency and everything, we're getting more restrictions because
Oh no, not
yeah.
again.
I know
It's
again.
never ending, isn't it?
I really hope it just goes away. But yeah, again, and so that's why we're like, oh my goodness, like things, lockdown, restrictions on different businesses. Like I feel so bad for local businesses and restaurants
Oh
where,
yeah.
like their businesses are hurting. And, I love that you recognize that it needed to be online.
You
whatever
know
you were
what?
going to do.
Interestingly, before I started the online business, before I even thought about the online business, I'd actually been looking at having something offline.
Mm,
And I had done my research, had contacted the right people, and before we had signed a contract, I had signed a contract with those guys. That's when the pandemic started. And I was kind of like, honestly, to God, it was fortuitous for me because I could have sunk in my money and I
yeah,
wouldn't have been able to get it back. So, yes,
exactly.
I do feel for local businesses that are running offline. It's not a great time to be offline
No,
right now.
it's not. It really isn't. And, I'm glad that you were able to find this opportunity. I'm glad. Not glad, but it was kind of meant to be that it was just
Oh,
right at
yeah.
that time before you had to sign that, right? And
Oh,
have
yeah.
to invest all of that and then be out so much and not be able to start your offline business because of lockdowns and stuff. And so at least, um, you weren't signed on yet and you're able to still not go ahead with that and then be able to find this opportunity. Like, what a blessing, right?
It was. It definitely was.
Awesome. Now, what does your husband think about you as an online business owner?
Well, so initially he was very skeptical about it,
Hmm.
but once I started seeing the results coming in, and he noticed, because like it's not just about the finances, it's the skills that I've actually acquired as a
Yeah,
result of being an online uh, entrepreneur. He didn't realize that I could develop in that particular way, because like business consultant, I know what I know. Yeah.
exactly.
And then all of a sudden now I'm talking all techie and like, what?
He's like, what? Who is this?
Now I know about Google ads, I know about Facebook ads, I know about how to do graphic designs and all that. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, what did I marry?
No, exactly though. But even though, a lot of our viewers might think, oh, she's already a business consultant. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
But even so, like, we have no idea about all the technical stuff.
Oh no.
Right? And then if somebody is into IT, they have no idea about the advertising, the business stuff, right? And the beauty about this business is that we have comprehensive training
Oh yeah.
that teaches, and it's so easy to follow. I thought, like, right?
It is very accessible. You don't have
Yeah,
to have had a degree for you
exactly.
to understand what the training is all about. It's
Yeah,
in video format, so it's basically telling you click there, and you get your results. So it's very accessible, and I love that about it. And it's also one of the things that I love about our digital businesses. It's because we are so diverse.
yes.
We are from different countries, but we are both running this business.
Yeah,
We've got different levels of education. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
Just because you've got a PhD doesn't mean that you're going to be performing better than somebody who's got primary school education. It's not
exactly.
about that. You've got access to the same information, and it's all up to you to utilize it and get the results that you want.
Yes, I love that, right? Like it doesn't matter your education or, you know, even your experience in life. We
Mm,
all have access to the same thing and we all have access to the same training, the same mastermind and the same community and we can pull in everybody's experiences. And what I love about it is everybody is so willing to help and, you know, provide kind of their experiences and the tips and the tricks that they've learned throughout their journey and their expertise. We have people who are a little bit more comfortable on video, and then so they go on our masterminds and help all the other people that may not be comfortable or don't know how to even set up the phone for a video or and different things like that. And so I think it's really awesome because the support is there.
It is. I must tell you a very interesting story. So, prior to becoming a digital entrepreneur, you would never have found me doing a live anything on Facebook.
Well, it is nerve-wracking, right? Like
Oh,
when
it
you don't
is.
do
It
it, you're just
is.
like, what am I doing? Why am I on camera? I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, but
But we have the training, and if it's
mhm,
something that you want to explore, it is something that you can explore. So
exactly.
I look at the lives that I did at the very beginning and look at how I do it now. It's so different. You can see growth right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's awesome, right? Because, you can see your progress in the business and in your personal and professional growth. And I think I
Mhm.
just love that.
And that's so true.
All right. Well, do you have any last words for our viewers to, if there's someone that might be looking for something or an opportunity, is there anything that you'd like to tell them?
Yeah, so don't be like me. You know, up until the pandemic hit, I never believed in having a plan B. I was the sort of person who just believed in climbing the corporate ladder. That is where
Mhm.
my sights were. And so even when I became a business consultant, it was just my only stream of income.
Yeah.
If I had had a fallback plan before the pandemic hit, I wouldn't have been put in a position where I had to start looking around and trying to sort out the mess that I created for myself. So you could be employed right now, and that's perfect.
Mhm.
But have a fallback plan, have a plan B. You could be running your own business, and that's all right.
Mhm.
But have a plan B, have an alternative source of income. And if you are operating offline, consider coming online.
Yeah.
Especially with the way the pandemic is going, we all thought that after a year this would be a thing of the past. But hey, Erica is just talking about having received notification that they could go back into lockdown.
Oh,
So
yeah.
consider going online. And if you want to know, I know most of us do not know how to start. I didn't know how to start an online business. And this is why our business is so great because you are taught and you're not left by yourselves after you've been taught how to run an online business. You get one on one mentorship, you get one on one coaching. So there's always help available. So do yourself a favor. Click on Erica's link and register for our free live webinar where we discuss how you can get started and how we can help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Angie. And, I couldn't have put it in a better way, right? Have a fallback plan, have that plan B, because you just don't know what will happen. And tonight, here in Canada, we have our live webinar info session that's happening this evening. It's
Mhm.
6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And, it's it's complimentary, it's free, right? So just get the information. We both Angie and I started by watching this webinar and getting the information and seeing what is possible and how this platform makes it so easy for somebody who has no idea how to start an online business, how they can be successful online. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Angie. Guys,
Thank
if
you
you're
very much,
watching,
Erica, for having me here.
it was such a pleasure. And I love your story and your insight on both offline and online businesses, right? And I think a lot of people may have the same feelings as you, but kind of like your husband, might be a little skeptical
Oh, yeah.
and have their sights and going up the corporate ladder. And so thank you again so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. All right,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye for now.
Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day.